There is a web of life into which we are born and from which we can never fall. The web both cradles us and calls us to weave it along. Imagine at dawn a multidimensional spider's web covered in dew. A vast, vast spider's web that is actually the whole cosmos, and it's covered with jewels of dew, all of which have a rainbow coloring, and every drop of dew contains in it the reflection of every other drop of dew. And since every drop of dew contains the reflections of all others, each reflected drop of dew contains the reflections of all the others, and so into infinity. Everything that there is implies everything else. And all those other things collectively in turn, in their totality, which we call the universe, imply each individual object, event, and so on. The web of life is a process with a moving goal. However, we do not weave this web. We are merely a strand of it. Whatever we do to the web, we do to ourselves. All things are bound together. All things connect. As Albert Einstein once taught, a human being is a part of the whole, which we call the universe, a part limited in space-time. We experience ourselves, our thoughts and feelings, as something separated from the rest. But this is a kind of optical delusion of our consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affections for a few persons only nearest to us. So our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature and its beauty. In some ways, we will always be different. In other ways, we will always be the same. There's always room to disagree and blame, just as there's always room to take a new perspective, empathize, thereby consciously widening our circle of compassion. After all, understanding is a choice. The underlying message is simple yet profound. We are already one whole. Underneath our fears and worries, unaffected by the many layers of our conditioning and actions, within each one of us is a core of unshakable peace and tranquility. Through mindfulness and meditation practice, we peel away the barriers of fear that keep us unaware of our true nature as consciousness, existence, and love, and this rich interconnection with the web of life. In so doing, we rediscover who we are and who we have always been. On one hand, the web of life is a beautiful and meaningless dance. On the other hand, the web of life is a perfectly finished product of art, right where we are sitting, right here and now. Indeed, the awakened see beyond the illusion of separateness and see deeply into the intricate web of life in which all things are expressions of a single whole. We can call this web God, the Great Spirit, the Tao, the infinite mystery, Mother, or even Father, but it can only be known by direct experience as one love. Namaste.